Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, we're talking relationships today, and emotional affair can be defined as a relationship between another person, someone other than your spouse or lover, and as a result affects the level of intimacy, emotional distance, and overall dynamic balance in your current relationship. The role of an affair is to create emotional distance in the relationship, but is it considered as cheating? With us to discuss the topic of relationships is our expert, Dr. Eve, and we'll also be answering your questions, so you can give us a call on 083-913-3728. But before we delve into this topic with our expert, let's find out what the people on the street had to say.
So an emotional affair, I think it's maybe if you're in a relationship, but then again, you're also arousing other people's feelings.
Something that is emotional, something that you cannot see, but at the very same time it's an affair. It's not physical, but it's just something that you feel personal on the inside of you.
An emotional affair is when someone plays on your feelings, like you're dating someone and they says that they have some friend at work, maybe, that they're friends with, kind of, which is maybe not true.
Feelings between two people, but they don't really act on whatever they're feeling.
Oh la la, my directors just told me that the phones are already ringing off the hook. That number again, 083-913-3728, if you have a question or comment about emotional affairs. Dr. Eve, welcome to the show once again.
My favorite
Ooh,
topic.
La la, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we just kick off with contextualizing what exactly is an emotional affair?
Well, we could say that you and I have an emotional affair, for example. I could be sharing intimacies with you, we could be chatting on WhatsApp a lot of the time, we could be spending time together, but we're not traditionally being sexual. So it's always been seen to be a kind of benign form of relationship. And people have felt like really uncomfortable with it if you're in relationship with a significant other with whom you are having a sexual relationship. And they would feel like, this Dr. Eve Leanne story is like really uncomfortable. We're not obviously being sexual because both of us may be identifying as heterosexual women, but there's a lot of intimacy that's going on. So why I'm using you and I as an example is because let's expand it from just the traditional
male, female,
and also just a romantic affair, because these kind of friendships also threaten people in the relationship. So we want to include this in our discussion today as well. Because when I have this, this is a regular conundrum, Leanne, that comes into my therapy room. People will then say, well, she's got a best friend. And I find that when she's in bed, she's sharing more with her best friend than she's sharing with me. And I feel really jealous about that as well. So we're expanding that into a friendship zone as well. But let's focus on what I think hurts most people, what disturbs most people, which is a sense of betrayal. If you have got this thing called commitment with somebody, and you both identify it as we are in this commitment, which means that we're exclusive and special with each other, and now you are also sharing your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions with another, I feel as if you are cheating on me. So when does it become an affair? And I think you know already that that would be when it's kept
secret.
Yeah,
there we go. That's definitely the one thing that we've always been talking about.
Yes.
It's such a gray area, because how do you know when it's an emotional affair or when you've just really got a good connection with someone?
Yeah. So,
if you can't bring it out, into the light in front of your current partner,
then that would be the defining moment of saying, well, why are you keeping it secret? What is really going on over here that you can't share it with me? Because in an ideal world, it's important that you be able to share your time, your thinking, your experiences with a partner, but not utter disclosure. I don't believe in that's necessary for intimacy, that you need to share every single thought and every single activity with your partner. But if you are keeping stuff away and you're aware of it, it's like, I'm not sharing this stuff with my partner, or how much time I really am spending meeting in coffee shops with this other person, or spending online chatting with this other person, then you've got to realize that there is something that you're hiding because you feel guilty around what you're doing with this other person that you don't want your partner to know about.
Oh, my brain is exploding with
It becomes
questions right now.
crazy.
We are going to get into this topic a little bit more.
Yeah.
Dr. Eve, you're not going anywhere.
No.
Our phones are continuing to ring. If you have a question or comment for our expert this morning, give us a call, 0839133728. But let's take a break, head to the kitchen where we're learning how to clean and prepare tripe.